Well, good morning. Glad you all can make it out this morning to our Q&A. Really appreciate that. Just want to give you a welcome to the CNR R&D Office Director and Program Manager Q&A. We will first hear from the Office Directors and Program Managers. Then we'll open the time up for questions. The Q&A will be recorded and posted on our NAU webpage. Aaron Gravel will also give some opening remarks. In this session this morning, we will be going over topic areas 9, modeling and simulation, topic area 10, measuring, monitoring, and controls, topic area 12, advanced nuclear materials and manufacturing technologies, and topic area 13, artificial intelligence for nuclear energy. I'll turn the time over now to Aaron.
All right. Good morning. Can you hear me?
Yep.
Okay. All right. Well, welcome everybody, and thanks Joanna for the welcome there. So my name's Aaron Gravel, and I'm the director of the Office of External Innovation in the Office of Nuclear Energy, and the NEUP program falls under my office. So we're happy to be providing and offering this office hours this morning. We know that it's a quick turnaround. We know that just yesterday we received final authorization and approval to post the 4 of our 6 NOFOs, and so we did that. And these office hours, or the Q&As, were previously scheduled and with the hopes that we would be able to release even up to 2 weeks ago. As we got closer and as the date continued to shift further back, the decision was made to just try to keep the office hours in place, and even if we released the day before, that we would still do them, and that we would still try to get as many people as we could to attend and to be able to participate in the office hours, with the idea that we were going to record the sessions, which you can see we are doing that, and we'll do that for all of the topic areas. And then also we have an email address which will be shared later, and also I think it was in the invite or the information that you saw posted at neup.gov, and it may also have been shared in the email blast that went to several folks last night as well. So we got three ways to ask questions right now, right? We've got this topic area and the topic area discussions, the Q&As that we'll have today and tomorrow, and then we have the email address that you can email your questions, and we'll have this recorded so that you can listen back if you didn't. For those that didn't have an opportunity to join us, they'll be able to go back and view. So just wanted to also mention, with this meeting being focused primarily on the CINR R&D topic areas, it's important for us to note that the FOAs, or the NOFOs, were thoroughly examined, and hence that was part of the delay this year in being able to get these posted. So there was a lot of backlog and a lot of review that took place at various levels, and what I can say is that our NOFO this year is in line with and has a strong tie to, of course, the President and our Energy Secretary's goals and objectives focused on nuclear energy. So we certainly appreciate everybody's patience as we've had to make some adjustments throughout the year, and here we are. We're grateful to be at this point, and again, look forward to the conversation and the discussion. Certainly appreciate all of our program managers that have prepared comments and are ready to answer questions today, and certainly appreciate everybody's attendance, even on short notice, and just understanding and being willing to be flexible. So again, we're going to make ourselves available for today, of course, and for tomorrow in these office hours, but there's other ways to reach out and contact us as well. So appreciate everybody's efforts, appreciate the efforts of the Office of External Innovation staff, as well as the integration office at INL, and all of the energy and effort that went into getting us to this point. So we're happy to present and to share with you information on the topic areas for the FY26 CINR R&D. And with that, I'll go ahead and turn it back over to you, Joanna, and I'll be listening in. Thank you.
Thanks, Aaron. I really appreciate that. Subel, we'll start with you.
Can you hear me? That's the first question.
Yes.
Okay, perfect. So good morning, everybody. My name is Subel Schaffner. I'm the director for the cross-cutting capabilities program under NE7 Deputy Assistant Secretary for Strategic Cross-Cut. So my office is responsible for the cross-cutting research development and capabilities to advance innovative nuclear energy technologies for the existing reactors, for the advanced reactors, and for the fuel cycle systems. The programs under my office include the Advanced Materials and Manufacturing Technologies, AMMT, which is managed by Dirk Carnes-Gallimore, with the National Technical Director support of Mei Lee from Argonne National Laboratory. The other program is the Advanced Sensor Instrumentation, ASI, managed by Andrew Bullinger, with the National Technical Director Diana Edsel from INL. The next program is Nuclear Energy Advanced Modeling Simulation, NEAMS, managed by Dave Henderson, with his National Technical Director David Anderson from Los Alamos National Laboratory. And I have the Nuclear Science User Facilities, NSUF, managed by Chris Barr, with technical lead support by the NSUF Director, Brendan Heydrich from INL. And I think the last program I have is University Field Services, UFS, managed by Andrew Bullinger, with his technical lead by the technical manager at INL, Doug Morrell. Many of the CINR topics areas discussed this morning are covered by these programs, and the program managers will provide a brief summary of the topics under the CINR and talk about the goals for those areas and answer any questions that you may have. Additionally, Chris Barr, that supports the coordination of artificial intelligence across the Office of Nuclear Energy for cross-cutting technologies, he will cover the AI topic. And with that, I'll pass it to Dave Henderson to get us started. Thank you. Dave?
Hey, can you hear me okay?
Yeah.
All right, sounds good. Yeah, so as Swabel mentioned, David Henderson, I manage the Advanced Modeling and Simulation Program in the Office of Nuclear Energy. That being said, I think as in past years, the scopes are laid out by the topic areas that they're laid out in this announcement, and that does not mean it's specific to any of our individual programs. So I can speak to what we are doing in the Office of Nuclear Energy's Advanced Modeling and Simulation Program, but that's not the limits of what can be proposed under this scope. This scope in topic area 9, modeling and simulation, is very similar to scopes that have been there in the past years. It focuses on the development of modeling and simulation capabilities, more so than the application of them to specific reactor types. The second paragraph in that, in the text under topic 9, attempts to make that clear, what should be in this topic versus one of the other ones. So one of those is the development of modeling and simulation tools being in this topic area versus application being in another one. That's even more specific to, say, benchmarking of a particular reactor type. While benchmarking is important to do with modeling and simulation tools. It's more application dependent than it is to the specific tool. So if work is being proposed in benchmarking, we would encourage the application to be submitted under one of the topic areas that best fits with that application that the benchmark would apply to. So that is a question we've received in past years. So tried to make that clear in the text. That is about all I can think of to really clarify. Again, it's a very broad topic. Unless Aaron or Joanna wants to say differently, I think in the past our guidance has been to apply to the topic that you feel best fits the application you're making, and we could try to help on the backside if we think it might apply somewhere better. We would reach out to you at that point, but the best effort to fit the scope you're proposing to the topics here is the guidance in general. Correct, Aaron? Okay.
Yeah, that's a good point, Dave. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, and with that, that's all the remarks or clarification I had to make on topic 9, but I will definitely stick around here or can be contacted after for questions regarding the scope. Thank you.
Alex, go ahead.
Yeah, I have a general question here. We submitted proposals on the previous cycle, and we never heard back on these. Were they reviewed? What happened with these? Can we resubmit? What's the history there?
Yeah, I'll go ahead and give it a shot here. So we understand, and what I can say is regarding the applications for the 25 call, the official answer is that they are under review. So we do have some offices and some agencies where they've completely canceled their previous year calls and are not moving forward. But our position and the process for review continues. So they are not canceled. We anticipate to continue to hear back and to get information on the various calls and to make awards at some point. But I can't provide any additional details. You will note that we did get authorization to announce the scientific infrastructure support for CINR, which were the reactor upgrade and the GSI applications or the awards, the selections. So we made that announcement, and we do. I'll just say that we do have authorization to move forward with another, which you will see here soon. And then there'll be others that will continue to come out. So the challenge here for you and for everybody that submitted application last year is that we've got a NOFO now in front of you without information related to whether or not you received an award or were selected last year. So with that, it's going to be up to each PI to do their best and to make a decision on whether or not they want to submit an application that is different, and the hopes that if you are selected or if you were on that selection for the 25 CINR, that you would have a new application that you would be submitting for 26. As opposed to maybe the same application in 25. So I think it's just going to be a personal decision on how you manage that. And we do understand it's out of our control. We did not anticipate this. Just let me put it that way. So unfortunately, it's just one of those things where it's just going to have to be a decision by each individual PI on how they move forward with their application.
Thank you,
I
Aaron.
understand. I understand. So do you have any expectation of the NUUP proposals from last year, when you would have some decisions on those?
All I can say right now is that they're under review, and it's my hope that we can get information to you very soon.
Thank you. Appreciate your answer. Thank you very much.
You bet. Yes. Yeah. So we have 6 main FOAs, right, in the university program. We've got the CINR R&D. We have CINR Phase 2 continuation, which is the question that Renat is asking. We have the DECP, which is the Distinguished Early Career Program for the faculty, early career faculty. And then we have 3 infrastructure NOFOs, right, and or awards. I just mentioned the Scientific Infrastructure Support for CINR, which is the reactor upgrade in GSI. We've announced that. We have another infrastructure, which is the reactor sharing and outreach. And then one additional outreach or infrastructure, which is the university infrastructure revitalization. So we've only made 1 announcement so far. We've got 4 more that we're still pushing, and we fully expect that we'll be able to make those announcements in the near future.
Thank you, Aaron.
You bet.
Any additional
Joe-
questions? Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah, we got a question in the chat regarding chemistry simulation modeling. So I would say yes. If we didn't include that in the text, it wasn't an intentional omission. It was unintentional. But yes, chemistry modeling, at least related to a reactor or fuel type, like the chemical interaction with the cladding or the coolant interaction with the material in a molten salt reactor or something like that could definitely, or just the changing chemistry of a molten salt coolant could be proposed under the modeling and simulation topic 9. I was trying to look through other topics just to see if that was called out specifically. For instance, sometimes we have a topic on spent fuel separation. That would be a different kind of chemistry. And if there's a topic that is more specific to that, and that's the kind of chemistry that you're proposing, I would propose that under a different topic. But if it's not covered somewhere else explicitly and what you're proposing is development of modeling and simulation tools, I think it's completely appropriate under topic 9. And then I'll expound a little bit beyond chemistry to say, because that reminded me, there are some other topics in here that, use the word model or modeling or that sort of thing. One of them is in the licensing and safety area, talking about PRA, probabilistic risk assessment models and things like that. If the type of model development that you're proposing is, in that vein, I would propose it under that topic because it is being asked for specifically there. But if the modeling development that you're proposing is not covered in one of those topic areas, definitely feel free to propose it under topic 9.
Thank you, Dave.
That question also asked if we were looking for, say, continuum or quantum or all types of chemistry. I would say anything is open so long as there's a valid nuclear energy application, and I would encourage anyone in any of these topic areas to highlight the impact that the research being proposed could make on the field of nuclear energy and deployment of nuclear technology.
Thank you, Dave. Andrew Bollinger, would you like to discuss measuring, monitoring, and controls?
Sure. So good morning, everyone. I am the Advanced Sensors and Instrumentation Federal Program Manager underneath Subel. And I will be covering topic 10, which is measuring, monitoring, controls. In general, this particular topic is looking for sensors, instrumentation, and controls for enhancing sensing capabilities for either existing or new operational environments for existing fleet, so existing light water reactors, advanced reactors, and that also includes space applications. We're looking for proposals for sensor development that add new capabilities. And in this topic this year, we have identified AI and machine learning methods that can complement the development and operation of sensors, as well as advanced control systems. And so we're talking about autonomous and remote operations for the nuclear energy industry. We also are considering digital twins as a high impact tool as part of that. So some topics of interest that are listed in there include the development of AI or ML techniques or applications relevant to the concurrent fleet or future advanced reactors, the capability of enhancement of existing sensor technologies, or the development of novel instruments to fill identified measurement technology gaps. And finally, some construction of a digital twin to complement a physical reactor system or architecture. So we are interested in those topics, but we are not limited to those topics. Just keep that in mind. If you are focused on some sort of AI or ML effort regarding training data, you should recommend to discuss access to high performance computing resources to complete your project. And applicants with instrumentation should focus on a roadmap to development, including experimental testing, benchtop, relevant reactor environment, and where it is going to be applicable to and where it would be going in the long term. You should also talk about your challenging operating conditions, so high corrosion environments, high temperature, high radiation, those types of items. And and finally, applicants with the digital twin focus proposals should describe the physical twin system and provide details regarding the digital twin about how you're going to deal with operational accuracy and validation efforts. So that is a quick overview of the measurement, monitoring, controls. I'm open for questions. Unless anyone has anything more to add at this time.
Thank you, Andrew. We did have one question, and this may be something Aaron or I can answer. R&D application restrictions, should we disregard the FOA for FY 2025?
I think I can answer that.
Okay.
This is John Gilligan.
Thanks, John.
John, I think that's the case. Juliana is asking about, since we don't have any results out from 2025, just assume it doesn't exist until it does. So if we anticipate, Aaron has mentioned this before, releasing those results here in the next time period, maybe before the pre-applications are due for 2026, then you'll have those results. But until then, we just have to assume they don't exist. So it doesn't, anything submitted in 2025 shouldn't affect what you're submitting in 2026 as of right now. So we'll probably have to answer that in the Q&A at some point, but that question will come up.
Thank you, John.
You're welcome.
Andrew, there was a question in the chat. Are you specifically interested in measurements that go in the reactor? Is post-irradiation evaluation also of interest?
I think the short answer to that is yes.
Okay, thanks.
So yes, reactor, yes, we are. Also broader topics is also acceptable for topic 10 in this case.
Thank you. Okay, Dirk, do you want to start us with advanced nuclear materials and manufacturing technologies?
Yes. Good morning, everyone. My name is Dirk Cairns-Gallimore. I'm the Federal Program Manager for the Advanced Materials and Manufacturing Technologies Program. Similar to what Dave mentioned earlier, Topic Area 12 is a very broad category and actually includes scope area of interest to both broadly across all of NE, including NE4, NE5, and NE8 that are all consolidated into this effort. It is, there's advanced manufacturing here, fuels, materials, PIE, mod and sim could fit in here. Essentially, we want new innovative ideas or existing ideas where we can advance qualification, production, understanding of all the material systems within and the reactor community and post-processing, including separations capability. I'm going to keep it broad because there is a whole lot that fits under this category. There are going to be a lot of questions. We understand that it's going to take us a little time to filter them to the right program manager, but I am happy to do my best to answer any and all the questions that could potentially come up.
Would upcoming oh, sorry, go ahead.
So I'm going to say that I think we'll get back to you on this one. I'm not the right person to answer this question, but we'll collect this and make sure that we get the answers to the people and back out. All right, so the question is it more focused on new materials development or manufacturing of legacy materials, or both? What type of materials are of specific interest? It's actually both, broadly speaking. However, what I would like to say is, like, when it comes to legacy materials or even some of the new materials, tying them to their application and having a vendor of interest is really important for us to see that there's an end use for them. It allows us to evaluate those proposals more effectively. And so both are of interest, but please make sure that they're targeted enough and you have the correct partners on board.
Andrew, it looks like we got a question for you for topic area 10. Are you specifically interested in real physical reactor systems, or would lab scale non-reactor test beds and or simulated data also be considered?
I assume this is with regards to the digital twin, that if I'm understanding that correctly. So let's see here. I think it would depend on the application. Okay, so yes, that answers the question. Obviously, the real system would be ideal, but we know that access to that information is challenging. So lab scale non-reactor test beds are potentially acceptable as well. And it would be not out of the ordinary to do simulated data as well. However, the goal should be for the final application, which is in a research reactor, or not a research reactor, in a reactor system of some sort. So keep that in mind when you're assembling your applications.
Okay, if there's no questions at this time, we'll move on to topic area 13, artificial intelligence for nuclear energy. Chris, do you want to start us off?
Sure, thank you. So good morning, everyone. I'm Chris Barr, the Federal Program Manager for the Nuclear Science User Facilities, which we'll be talking about shortly, but this is for topic area 13. Which is focused, as Joanna mentioned, on artificial intelligence, or AI, for nuclear energy. Like the others before have stated, this is a very broad topic area, and it cross-cuts many different technical topics that are applicable across the Office of Nuclear Energy. Specifically, this topic area seeks applications for innovative AI solutions or tools that can help accelerate nuclear energy design, deployment, operation, and maintenance. Specific aspects are described in the topic area. Just briefly, these include, first, AI tools to accelerate irradiation and post-irradiation examination, or PIE, for nuclear fuel and materials. Methodologies may include things such as autonomous operations to modernize how folks are looking at doing post-irradiation examination, methods to accelerate mechanical testing, and other inspection methodologies. Second is the utilization of AI solutions to help accelerate nuclear energy demonstration, licensing, operation, and deployment activities. And third is the evaluation of technical, economic, and siting processes to help accelerate the near-term delivery of combined installation of AI data centers with nuclear power, with nuclear energy to power them. So with that brief introduction, happy to take any questions. And as I mentioned, this is a broad topic, and it's a wide distribution of different subtopics listed. I think we just got a question for topic area 12. So Dirk, that would be for you.
Yes to both. So we are interested in both areas. Again, I think the key here is that we're tying back to a specific application with known challenges. And yes, welding and joining in nuclear application is also of interest as well. Looking directly at the materials that are currently in the current fleet or in the advanced reactor community, but the differential materials welding area is of a lot of interest to not only to the department but also our industry partners as well.
There's a question on topic area 13. I'll probably pass that one to Joanna or Aaron to respond.
Okay, it's how many awards are expected in topic area 13?
Yeah, so knowing when you read the FOA, you'll see kind of that the idea here is that we hope to be able to make award, or the goal is to make at least one award in every topic area. Now, once we understand more fully the budget and how it's divvied up and what those actual dollars are, then that will shift. We also take a look at the number of applications that are coming in per topic area. So there's a lot of different things that we look at in making final decisions on where the awards go. We also talk to program managers. We talk to national technical directors and a variety of folks to help us in that decision making. But at the end of the day, the goal ultimately is to make at least one award in every topic area. And then as we understand and know what our funding is, and the applications received, we'll make further decisions on how many to actually go with.
Another question for topic area 13. Are you also interested in advancing external hazard risk assessment for nuclear power plants using AI and machine learning?
I would, on first kind of take of that, I would assume that is relevant to that topic area.
Hey, Chris, I would again note that might fall into the PRA area, so it might be prudent for folks to figure out, or the safety and licensing area. It might be best for them to sort out which one of those that fits better in.
Yeah, Dave, that's a good point to follow up kind of as a more broader statement, right? Is that within the AI topic, I think there is recognition that several different more specific topic areas do mention AI or machine learning, right? So prospective applicants would have to kind of assess which one fits their specific proposed area best.
Thanks, Chris and Dave. For topic area 13, suggest topic area number 3. Do the technical, economic, siting, and regulatory processes need to be driven by AI or machine learning solution? It isn't clear from the description in the NOFO.
I would suggest that AI be a central theme within the application.
Maybe I can make a general comment. A lot of these topic areas are very cross-cutting, and I think David alluded to that, that you may want to read the whole NOFO and just understand all the different topics, because your proposal may fit better under different topics depending on the focus. So take a look at your whole NOFO before you select where your proposal should fit best. So just a recommendation.
We got another question. Thank you for hosting the Q&A session, given the full application deadline of June 9th, 2026. Do you have a planned date for selection award and notices for this new NOFO? Will the key dates be pre-invitation full award become the new normal for future years?
I guess I could kind of answer that. Aaron could too. This is an unusual year, so I wouldn't take this year as the future normal. I think the goal of DOE in this case, I believe, is to speed things up again, to get back on track to our previous kind of schedule. So it's more plannable for universities and the budget and everything else. So I would not take this year as the new normal.
And I guess to answer that, we're hoping ward notices could be done in the late fall.
Oh, I know it's tough on universities because you want to plan to recruit graduate students and everything. We understand that. So awarding in the fall is not going to make that possible for the fall, of course. So we're going to try to get back on our schedule that we had previously. I think that's the goal of Aaron Gravel and the whole team. So that's what it may take us a few years to get back to that point, but that's really what we want to accomplish.
Okay, well, thank you all for joining. We really appreciate it. Again, we've dropped our contact information, our email. If you have any additional questions, just reach out to that email and we'll direct those questions to the right person. We'll take, if there's no other questions, we'll take a short break and then return back at 8:30, where we're going to discuss NSUF joint R&D access and NSUF 2 access only topic areas.
That's 10:30 Eastern time, by the way.
Oh yeah, thank you, John.
Joanna,
thank you. Yeah,
she's in the Mountain West, and a lot of us are in the East. So East, it's 10:30.
Good morning. Welcome to the CINR R&D Office Director and Program Manager Q&A. We'll first hear from our office directors, then the program managers, and then we'll open up the time for questions. The Q&A will be recorded and posted on the NEUP.gov webpage. During this session, what we'll be discussing, or the topic area, is the NSUF 1, Joint R&D Access, and NSUF 2, Access Only projects. I will turn the time over to Aaron to give some opening remarks. Thank you.
Okay, thanks, Joanna. Hopefully everybody can hear me. Can you hear me okay?
Good.
Okay,
yep.
Great, thank you. All right, so my name's Aaron Gravel, and I am the Director of the Office of External Innovation, which is in the Office of Strategic Crosscuts. So my office has responsibility for multiple program areas, of which one is the Nuclear Energy University Program, or often called NEO. And so we are excited to have released the FY26 CINR R&D NOFO yesterday, along with 3 additional university NOFOs. And I encourage you to please look at the NEUP.gov website for links and information on those opportunities. I do want to thank you for joining us for the CINR R&D Q&A, which is formerly known as the office hours. And we do appreciate your participation given the short turnaround from announcement to this event and opportunity today. We also appreciate everybody's patience as we've made adjustments this past year with some change that, as we know, often comes when we make administrative changes in our country and agency. I do want to acknowledge that all of our university program NOFOs have been reviewed and are linked to the important work and administration priorities of the President of the United States and the Secretary of Energy, of which all of these are focused on, of course, in our calls on nuclear energy. So again, thank you for being here on such short notice. We certainly appreciate your participation again. And just note that all of these sessions are being recorded, so you can go back and view these. And if you have additional questions after the office hours or after this Q&A, we'll also have I think there's a email address that was provided at NEUP.gov in the general announcement, and then I think it's also shared here in the meeting chat. So please feel free to send questions there as well. And with that, I'll go ahead and turn the time back over to Joanna, and thank you again.
Thank you, Aaron. And I'll turn the time over to Sibel.
Okay, good morning, everybody. I'm Sibel Schaffner. I'm the director for the Cross-Cutting Capabilities Office under the Deputy Assistant Secretary for Strategic Crosscuts. So my office is responsible for the cross-cutting research and development and capabilities to advance innovative nuclear energy technologies for the existing reactor fleet, advanced reactors, and the fuel cycle system. As if you heard me early, my programs include the advanced materials and manufacturing technologies, advanced sensors and instrumentations, nuclear energy advanced modeling simulation, nuclear science user facilities, university fuel services. And many of the topics that were discussed earlier support those programs, but right now we're going to focus on the nuclear science user facilities, that is managed by Chris Barr, with his technical lead, NSUF Director Brenda Heydrich. So I'll pass it to Chris. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Hopefully everyone can hear me.
Yep.
Great. All right, so as Subel mentioned, I'm going to provide the overview of the NSUF topic areas. As Joanna mentioned, there is two here. This is NSUF 1, which is for university-only led efforts. And then the second one is open to university, national lab, and industry. So a bit unique in terms of the topic areas. So I'm going to share a brief presentation and then happy to take any questions after that. Okay. Just Joanna, if you could let me know if you can see my screen and the presentation.
Yes, we can see it.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. All right, just a brief background. I'm sure folks on the call might be familiar with the NSUF, and there might be some new folks as well. So just to give a highlight of the NSUF program. So it is the Office of Nuclear Energy's user facility. It's NE's only designated user facility. So as a user facility, the program provides access to highly specialized nuclear energy infrastructure, expertise, and capabilities to users from industry, universities, and national labs. The program operates as a distributed partnership model, and this allows us to maximize the available capabilities that we can provide to our user base. The program currently has partner sites across the nation, with Idaho National Laboratory being the lead institution. Most of the research under the NSUF looks at underlying mechanisms of radiation on materials, fuels, and sensors to address both degradation in the current reactor fleet, as well as materials proposed for the deployment of advanced reactors. NSUF utilizes competitive user access opportunities like this CINR NOFO. So this presentation is going to be specific about this CINR NOFO. Obviously, we have other opportunities, including our rapid turnaround experiments that are separate. The CINR NOFO does provide an opportunity to have very long projects, and these are designed for things like material test reactor radiations that take several years. As is noted, typical projects look at, for example, a neutron irradiation using different material test reactors, such as the Advanced Test Reactor and the HIFER reactor. Things like looking at post-irradiation examination with or without ion irradiation, or neutron irradiation, leveraging some of the unique facilities within the program. And so we have several specific capabilities that I'll highlight on a future slide. So briefly on this slide, just on the left-hand slide, I wanted to highlight some of the key areas that we do provide as a program in terms of the user access. So at the top is test reactors. So at the core of the NSUF is access to the Advanced Test Reactor, or ATR, at INL and other test reactors across the nation. Moving down, there's several different gamma and ion irradiation facilities that the program has access to. And then, of course, post-irradiation examination is at the core of a lot of this research. So multiple different hot cells and a broad range of different low length scale characterization capabilities. We also do provide access to beam lines, including synchrotron X-ray sources, both at Argonne and Brookhaven National Laboratory. And as was noted previously, that we also include support for high-performance computing capabilities at Idaho National Laboratory. I will make note of the website link on this slide. It's just nsuf.inl.gov. and that'll be a good source of NSUF specific information. So on the website for those prospective applicants, there are resources, and this provides more detail on the types of resources across the program, just to highlight that. And of course, the NSUF program office at INL is available to assist users in identifying available facilities and capabilities if there are specific NSUF questions. Within that, you'll find contact and information on all the different partner sites on the website. So very briefly, NSUF covers a wide spectrum of research. So I realize most may not be able to see everything that's on this slide. It's not intended to talk about all the applicable research areas, but just highlight the breadth of different topics that the NSUF does cover, from things like advanced materials, advanced manufacturing, through different fuel studies, and sensor development as well. Sensor radiation testing, I should say. I do want to highlight one important aspect of the NSUF, which is our Nuclear Fuel and Materials Library, or NFML. So this is a library. This is the largest open archive of irradiated materials, and it includes over 9,000 specimens. Most of these are neutron irradiated. So we recognize that doing a neutron irradiation can take several years. And so we want to try to project what our user base is interested in. And so we've collected a wide array of neutron irradiated specimens. These are from things like legacy projects, in some cases, commercial reactors or different research reactors. And we have a searchable database through the NSUF website where you can search by material type, specimen, alloy composition for these alloys. And so moving forward, just briefly share my screen again. Sorry about that. So moving forward into the specific NSUF topic areas, the NSUF 1 is eligible for universities only. So this is a joint R&D and access opportunity. So to explain that a little bit more detail, there is R&D funding available, as well as NSUF user access support. Briefly on that, the R&D support is only permitted for tasks associated with the requested NSUF capabilities. So this would be the work that would needed to support the NSUF experiment. So analysis of the data, interpretation, complementary modeling and simulation activities for the actual NSUF part of the project. R&D support is not for the development of new materials, fuels, or sensors. So just to kind of emphasize that, is there is NSUF readiness criteria that are described in the NOFO, which is an important consideration. So the expectation for NSUF projects are that the materials are ready for the NSUF access, right? So if folks are looking at, for example, development of a new material, and they need significant research and development to develop that material before, say, a ion or neutron irradiation, it would not be ready for NSUF access. So we expect that folks will have kind of ready to go materials for NSUF access, which is an important consideration. All right, so into the actual topic area discussion. So like several of the ones from the prior Q&A session, this is really a broad topic, very cross-cutting across the Office of Nuclear Energy. And so there are three main bullets here. So just very briefly is fuel and core materials. So this is looking at essentially fuel-based materials. And there's a wide array there that are applicable within the NSUF Access 1 topic. In the middle is structural materials and manufacturing methods. And so these would look at different materials or manufacturing methods that would be applicable to the Office of Nuclear Energy. So one kind of concept here is looking at current or advanced materials that may need irradiation performance known, right? So a alloy that for example, is being developed that you then want to do a neutron or ion beam radiation and a extensive post-radiation examination campaign on. And then the last category is sensor materials, instrumentation, and active components. And that's essentially the same as what is described above, where essentially the topic is looking for irradiation testing that is needed to help support the ultimate deployment of advanced sensors and instrumentation for the U.S. reactor fleet, as well as different advanced reactor concepts. So moving on into the second topic area is NSUF2. And so there is a typo here. This is purely just access, so I'll fix that before these slides get submitted. And this is open to universities, national labs, and industry, and there is no R&D support. So this is purely NSUF access only. As was mentioned before, the same requirements stand for NSUF readiness. There is the expectation that the samples are ready and available and sufficient prior R&D has been completed such that they are ready for whatever that access might be, whether it be a radiation or post-radiation examination testing. Again, the topic areas are the same as NSUF1. So just briefly again, there's three main bins here. The first is fuel and core materials. The second is structural materials and manufacturing methods. And the third is sensor materials, instrumentation, and active component systems. All right, so as I mentioned, just a few additional points of information, and I would refer everybody to the actual NOFO. There are specific NSUF readiness requirements. So I mentioned that a couple of times, so I won't mention that again, but that is something that we do in addition to the normal process. And there is also a feasibility review, which assesses kind of the complexity of the experiment and facility schedule in terms of the feasibility of actually executing the proposed project. Any specific NSUF questions can be directed to the NSUF team at Idaho National Laboratory. And then, of course, any specific NOFO questions or would be directed to the NEUP office. Okay. Information there on the NSUF program office email address. And at that point, I'll pass it back to you, Joanna, or take any open questions.
Thanks, Chris, for that information. Okay, we're open for questions. While we're waiting for questions, just a reminder, as Chris said, there's a few extra things with the NSUF proposals. So just as a reminder, the letter of intent is due on January 5th. And then the pre-application deadline is January 28th. So Chris, we do have a question. Can the R&D funds be allocated to support university personnel to assist with the execution of proposed tasks?
Yes, I would say that the answer, broadly speaking, would be yes. Is if what is the question? Is the question about NSUF1 for a university-led effort? Yes, there is the joint R&D funding in addition to the NSUF user access funding. So there are two different aspects there. But yes, there would be R&D funding, would be there to support the execution of the tasks, right? So as an example, if there were an irradiation test, there'd be support for the development of some of the planning with that, of course, because there would be engagement with the program office and issue program office, as well as how that data is subsequently interpreted along the irradiation and post-irradiation examination pathway.
But for NSUF2, would the answer be?
Yeah, for NSUF2, that would be, there is no R&D funding support. I'll just also reiterate that date that Joanna mentioned there, because it's fast approaching, which is January 5th, which is that letter of intent, which is a NSUF specific requirement for the NOFO. And I see that CC also put in the NSUF website link there, which will be a good gateway of information on the program and the capabilities that were described on the slides.
If there is no additional questions, we'll end the session. Just as a reminder, if you're not sure where to send your question, you can always send it to the NEUP.gov and we can forward it to NSUF if we feel that's where it needs to go. So please don't hesitate to reach out to us with any additional questions. And we're really glad you guys attended today. We really appreciate your support and looking forward to all your applications. Good morning. Welcome to the CINR R&D Office Director and Program Manager Q&A session. We will first hear from the office directors and then the program managers, and then we'll open up the time for questions. The Q&A will be recorded and is posted on our NEUP webpage. And for this particular session, we're going to discuss topic area 14, strategic needs and blue sky. Aaron will give us a few opening remarks and then we'll turn it over to John Gilligan.
Okay, thank you, Joanna. Well, welcome everybody. My name is Aaron Gravel, and I'm the Director of the Office of External Innovation, which is in the Office of Strategic Crosscuts. And the Office of External Innovation has responsibility for multiple program areas, of which one of them is the NEUP, or the Nuclear Energy University Program. So this morning we are excited to have released and be able to announce that we've released the FY26 CINR R&D NOFO. We were able to do that yesterday, along with 3 additional university NOFOs. So I encourage you to please take a look at those at NEUP.gov website, and there you'll see links and information on those opportunities. I want to thank you for joining us for this Q&A for CINR R&D. And of course, some of you who have been around formerly know this as our office hours. We appreciate your participation given the short turnaround from announcement yesterday to this event and opportunity today and tomorrow. We also appreciate everyone's patience as we have made adjustments this past year with change that often comes when we have administration changes in our country and also in our agency. I do want to also acknowledge that all of our university program NOFOs have been reviewed and are linked to the important work and administration priorities of the President of the United States and the Secretary of Energy. And of course, these would be all of those priorities that are focused on nuclear energy. Also want to draw attention to the 4 important executive orders on nuclear energy that were released a little earlier this year. So also just to acknowledge the fact that these sessions are being recorded. So we invite you to come back and take a look if you need to be refreshed on any of the Q&A information that's provided in the sessions, as well as, there is an email address that you can also send your questions to if you have additional questions after this is over and you want to reach out and make contact to some of the program managers that you're hearing from over the next 2 days. Feel free to submit those questions at the email address, and we'll be timely in being able to get those parsed out to the right people, get the answers to your questions, and then also have those posted at a Q&A that will be at the NEUP.gov site as well. So with that, welcome and thank you for joining us, and look forward to your questions. And I'll be listening in to the session, and I'll turn it back over to, I'll turn it over to John now. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Aaron. Appreciate it. And we also appreciate the support of DOE. We know how it's been tougher to organize things in the first part of the administration here, but we're getting it done and getting things out the door. So appreciate, Aaron, your support at DOE for the NEUP program. I also wanted to acknowledge Joanne Hanners and Jenna Payne are also on this call. They're the real program managers for this particular topical area, strategic needs, blue sky. Jenna or Joanne, did you want to say anything before we just go through a brief description of this particular topic?
I don't have anything in particular, John. I'm fine to hand things over to you, but would like to thank everybody for joining us today, especially with the quick turnaround with the NOFOs being released yesterday. So thank you for joining us. Joanne, do you have anything?
No, thank you. I don't have anything to add to that.
Well, let me just mention, and thanks, Jenna. Topic area 14 is strategic needs blue sky. It's actually a smaller dollar amount for this particular topic area, $500,000 over 3 years, but it's more open for innovative research that has to be part of the DOE mission, but it doesn't need to necessarily be part of one of the primary focus areas of the programs themselves. So in particular, it talks about maintaining fundamental skills and knowledge in key nuclear engineering topics to maintain and establish research excellence and expertise in areas like thermal hydraulics, heat transfer, reactor physics, nuclear chemistry, radiological protection, etc. So very traditional nuclear engineering areas. We could also include fuels and the back end of the fuel cycle as well if you want to. So this topic area should address innovative research in these identified areas and could include any aspect, could be experiments, modeling, anything else like that to accomplish the proposed scope. When I look back at the previous awards in this area, I see that a lot of them are single PI or maybe one or two PIs at universities, not necessarily with industry as a collaborator or with a national lab as a collaborator, which so many of our other awards do have. So this is more of a free-form area for individual or perhaps two PIs. Of course, the money is a lot less as well, but a chance to concentrate on something that perhaps is not in the mainstream, but certainly is going to be relevant to the DOE mission for accomplishing our goals. So I think that's all I want to say about the topic area in particular. I would suggest go back and take a look at who has won some of these awards in the past to get a feel for the kind of research that is supported. And with Joanne and Jenna here, well, we can be open to answering any questions if there are any at this point. Let me just say, several years ago, we changed description of projects and the work scopes or topic areas to be much more open to begin with, as opposed to being more prescriptive. So we're maintaining that kind of philosophy this year and hopefully in the future as well. But the blue sky area is certainly an area where you could really concentrate in something in an area of your own interest, but may provide high risk, high reward kind of results.
Thanks, John. With that comment, I think we got a question that you might have already answered, but for high risk research ideas that could also align with other topic areas, would the blue sky area be more encouraging or appropriate?
Well, that depends, I guess. Certainly the money is a lot less here. So for the blue sky area. So if you can get it done in a reduced budget, it may fit in here in this particular topic area just as well as anything else. If it's a little bit off the beaten path and you wouldn't normally think of having collaborators at a national lab or industry, this might be the place to put it.
Oh, we have another one, John. Does the PI have to be part of the engineering department? Can a PI from a chemistry department with research goals aligned with any mission apply?
Yes, definitely. It doesn't have to be an engineering or nuclear engineering department. So yeah, you could apply, for instance, in the radiochemistry area, somebody from chemistry would obviously have expertise in that. highly important area for the needs of DOE and E. So yes.
Another question: what is the high risk reward definition compared to ARPRE?
Well, I'm not sure what their definition is exactly. High risk would mean something that doesn't fall easily within our programmatic areas. If you look at the various programmatic areas in DOE and E, high risk would be something that would fall outside of the normal kind of work scopes that we've already outlined here, but could have a big impact maybe farther on down the road. Maybe it's TRL 5 or 6, or something further on down the road that may have a high impact, but normally would not be funded as part of the standard programs that we have.
Thank you, John. Another one: how many awards in this topic area are anticipated?
Well, I think Aaron answered this in general previously, but depends on the budget, depends how many proposals we get in particular areas, depends how each of these proposals are judged by the independent reviewers, the peer reviews, and the panels. I think the last time in 24, 3 were awarded in this area, but that doesn't mean there'll be 3 this time, but at least 1, maybe 2, maybe 3.
While we're waiting for questions, just a reminder, the pre-application deadline is January 28th. If you are doing an NSUF 1 or 2, the letters of intent are due January 5th. So those dates are coming up fairly quickly. Some reminder. Also, if you have any questions after this, please reach out to NEUP at inl.gov. We'll be able to answer those questions. And then, like Aaron previously stated, there will be the Q&A questions posted also on the website, the neup.gov website. And then also these recordings will also be posted there.
The only other thing I would add, Joanna, is that just because this is a blue sky area doesn't mean areas outside of DOE and E are available. For instance, nuclear fusion is not part of blue sky, neither is environmental management that would normally be supported by EM, DOE EM, or medical physics or things like that. So it's not a catch-all for anything. It's stuff that's got to be relevant to the DOE and E mission as outlined in the description.
And if that's all for today, enjoy the rest of your day, and thank you again so much for your support.